We did not talk about Zorro. I think most colleagues are not for protectionism. We need to defend ourselves, but not with protectionism. That's not a good idea. And who should negotiate with Putin? Should it be the E3 or the E5, then maybe with Poland and Italy? The first question is, who wants to negotiate with Putin? That's not certain. There are many reasons to doubt. Until then, the European Union has its own institutions. They represent the Union. No one else can represent the Union. That's the chairman in Costa. He represents the Union. Of course, there are other initiatives like the E3 and the G7, where we also talk about things. Not everything is Union competence. When it comes to security guarantees, that's not Union competence. Then it's the governments that have to decide if negotiations are possible. Until then, it's the European Union. The representative is the chairman of the council, Antonio Costa. So he would negotiate first? But we're talking about negotiations. It's not certain that Putin will negotiate. But assuming he shows willingness, if he shows willingness, then I think we should make a decision on how to do that. If it's about security guarantees, then it could also be the E3 that does that. Macron, Merz, and Starmer say that they would have done that with Zelensky, to represent also a European voice around the negotiating table, because that reinforces his position. So in short, it should not just be the E3. It is a complex question, because if you talk about security guarantees, the E3 is not a bad formula. They represent, of course, the big countries in the coalition of the willing, which is larger than the E3. But we cannot go with 20 countries, so the E3 is a relevant delegation in the coalition of the willing. But if you talk about the competences of the European Union, it is only the institutions of the Union that can represent the Union. There is certainly no consensus, quite to the contrary, that somebody else can be sent to Moscow to talk on behalf of the European Union. But I don't think that many colleagues believe that Vladimir Putin is ready today to start serious negotiations about a serious solution, a sustainable peace, an acceptable peace for Ukraine and Europe today. So we'll see how this evolves.